If you love books, chances are you love libraries too. Libraries are places where anything is possible. You can travel the world, uncover hidden mysteries, and even heal a broken heart, all inside the walls of a library. Inspiring quotes about libraries and librarians. If this nation is to be wise as well as strong, if we are to achieve our destiny, then we need more new ideas for more wise men reading more good books in more public libraries. These libraries should be open to all except the censor. We must know all the facts and hear all the alternatives and listen to all the criticisms. Let us welcome controversial books and controversial authors. For the Bill of Rights is the guardian of our security as well as our liberty. John F. Kennedy. In the non-stop tsunami of global information, librarians provide us with floaties and teach us to swim. Lyndon Weeks. Libraries were full of ideas, perhaps the most dangerous and powerful of all weapons. Sarah J. Maas, Throne of Glass. A good library will never be too neat or too dusty because somebody will always be in it, taking books off the shelves and staying up late reading them. Lemony Snicket, Horseradish. Whatever the cost of our libraries, the price is cheap compared to that of an ignorant nation. Walter Cronkite. A library is a place where you can lose your innocence without losing your virginity. Germaine Greer. In a good bookroom, you feel in some mysterious way that you are absorbing the wisdom contained in all the books through your skin without even opening them. Mark Twain. People can lose their lives in libraries. They ought to be warned. Saul Bellow. Don't ever apologize to an author for buying something in paperback or taking it out from a library. That's what they're there for. Use your library. Don't apologize to this author for buying books secondhand or getting them from book crossing or borrowing a friend's copy. What's important to me is that people read the books and enjoy them, and that, at some point in there, the book was bought by someone. And that people who like things tell other people. The most important thing is that people read. Neil Gaiman. I don't believe in colleges and universities. I believe in libraries because most students don't have any money. When I graduated from high school, it was during the Depression and we had no money. I couldn't go to college, so I went to the library 3 days a week for 10 years. Ray Bradbury. In principle and reality, libraries are life-enhancing palaces of wonder. Gail Honeyman. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. A library is a good place to go when you feel unhappy, for there, in a book, you may find encouragement and comfort. A library is a good place to go when you feel bewildered or undecided, for there, in a book, you may have your question answered. Books are good company in sad times and happy times, for books are people who have managed to stay alive by hiding between the covers of a book. E.B. White. A great library doesn't have to be big or beautiful. It doesn't have to have the best facilities or the most efficient staff or the most users. A great library provides. It is enmeshed in the life of a community in a way that makes it indispensable. A great library is one nobody notices because it is always there and always has what people need. Vicky Myron. An original idea that can't be too hard. The library must be full of them. Stephen Fry. Don't join the book burners. Don't think you're going to conceal faults by concealing evidence that they ever existed. Don't be afraid to go in your library and read every book. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Rule number 1, don't fuck with librarians. Neil Gaiman. I like libraries. It makes me feel comfortable and secure to have walls of words, beautiful and wise, all around me. I always feel better when I can see that there is something to hold back the shadows. Roger Zelazny. 9 Princes in Amber. Walking the stacks in a library, dragging your fingers across the spines, it's hard not to feel the presence of sleeping spirits. Robin Sloan. Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore. The classroom was a jail of other people's interests. The library was open, unending, free. Ta-Nehisi Coates. Without libraries, what have we? We have no past and no future. Ray Bradbury. Books permit us to voyage through time, to tap the wisdom of our ancestors. The library connects us with the insight and knowledge, painfully extracted from nature, of the greatest minds that ever were, with the best teachers, drawn from the entire planet and from all our history, to instruct us without tiring, and to inspire us to make our own contribution to the collective knowledge of the human species. I think the health of our civilization, the depth of our awareness about the underpinnings of our culture, and our concern for the future all be tested by how well we support our libraries. Carl Sagan, Cosmos. What a school thinks about its library is a measure of what it feels about education. Harold Howe. Libraries really are wonderful. They're better than bookshops, even. I mean, bookshops make a profit on selling you books, but libraries just sit there lending you books quietly out of the goodness of their hearts. Joe Walton, among others. Don't mark up the library's copy, you fool. Librarians are unprankable. They'll track you down, they have skills. Charles Ogden. A library outranks any other one thing a community can do to benefit its people. It is a never-failing spring in the desert. Andrew Carnegie. Librarians are the coolest people out there doing the hardest job out there on the front lines. And every time I get to encounter or work with librarians, I'm always impressed by their sheer awesomeness. Neil Gaiman. What in the world would we do without our libraries? Katharine Hepburn. Libraries store the energy that fuels the imagination. They open up windows to the world and inspire us to explore and achieve, and contribute to improving our quality of life. Libraries change lives for the better. Sidney Sheldon. People flock in. Nevertheless, in search of answers to those questions only librarians are considered to be able to answer, such as, is this the laundry? How do you spell surreptitious? And, on a regular basis, do you have a book I remember reading once? It had a red cover and it turned out they were twins. Terry Pratchett, Going Postal. If your library is not unsafe, it probably isn't doing its job. John Barry. There are so many incredible, famous book quotes out there. It's hard to choose just a few. What are your favorite book quotes of all time? Let me know in the comments below.